Right now at 10, a rescue at Genoa Lock and Dam so wild it stunned rescuers. And is the governor ready to run again? What he told our Allison Fergus. Plus, thunderstorms moving in. Nicole is tracking the weather.
WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 10.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us at 10. I'm Ken Kozarowski. Emily is off tonight. Governor Tony Evers was in Eau Claire today to celebrate the state budget being signed into law. But now Wisconsinites are wondering if they'll see the governor's name on the ballot come 2026. If Evers decides to seek a third term, he could face an uphill climb. A recent Marquette poll found that 55% of Wisconsinites don't want Evers to run again. As Evers weighs his decision, political science professor Anthony Chergosky says the recent state budget will factor heavily into it.
Does he view this as a legacy budget that he can brag about as he retires? Or does he want to try to build on this budget through running for re-election?
While Chergosky says it's a toss-up, Evers might run again because of the chance that Democrats take control of the state Senate. But Chergosky added that Evers' age might lead him to decide to pass the torch at age 73. La Crosse's Parks Department is looking to renew their park security contract. But in order to do that, they'll need approval from Common Council. Grace Monk has the details.
The Parks and Recreation Department is requesting $115,000 from the city to keep security services in parks and parking ramps. It's a request that comes after the department's previous security contract ended last month.
We've gone nearly 3 weeks now without security, and the calls for service have increased.
Just last week, officers responded to an altercation involving a machete at Copeland Park. Trusanian Council member Aaron Goggins say the security officers would allow the police department to respond to other calls and prevent illegal activity from happening.
Our police department is stretched very thin with a lot of different calls and needs in the city, and so the security is helping bridge a gap.
They can sometimes maybe get in front of some of the issues before they become larger issues.
Security officers would help look for things like illegal substance use and camping in city-owned parks.
You really need to look at what good this is doing for the public and for the unsheltered community as well. I've seen them give water, give a direction to services, step in when the homeless and sheltered were being harassed.
Officers would be located in Burns, Cameron, and Riverside parks, as well as the La Crosse Center and Riverside parking ramps. If approved by City Council, the contract would run until the end of the year. It will be the third time money from the city's contingency fund will be used for park security.
And so the council will vote on that request this Thursday. 7 people are safe after a rescue near the Genoa Lock and Dam. It happened earlier today. The U.S. Army Corps of Engineers said 7 people were on a boat. It went through the roller gates when the engine stalled. The people tried to paddle away from the gates, then had to ditch their boat and climb a ladder to safety.
Normally in these type of events, things don't work out very well. So it was pretty awesome thing that they survived it. And we can't give these people that work here enough credit for helping them out.
Officials say boaters should avoid getting to the north end of the dam due to these strong currents. It's a $1 million cash bond for the Winona man charged in a Holman homicide. That's the decision in La Crosse County Court today for 38-year-old Jacob Claver. He is accused of killing 37-year-old Josh Pigney last month in a home on Granham Street. Police found the victim dead in a bedroom with signs of a violent struggle. Claver faces life in prison if convicted. No word on what caused a fire at a Winona manufacturing plant. Crews responded to Core Molding Technologies over on Wilkie Drive before 2 a.m. Officials say the fire was mostly contained to the building's roof and ductwork, and nobody was hurt. A News 8 follow-up, Crawford County's administration building is back open. In June, officials had to close it up due to water damage caused by a malfunctioning sprinkler. Some offices are still being worked on, but all departments are open. Well, kind of a quintessential June or July summer day, I should say, but a little bit of radar activity rolling through in the last couple hours.
Yeah, it's sped up a little bit now. Before this, though, we did have a pretty nice July day out there, and that's really going to be the theme for the entire week. But first, we got to get through one quick rain chance as we go into the overnight period. Starting to see a somewhat weaker line of thunderstorms, but thunderstorms nonetheless could see some wind gusts closer to 40, 45 miles an hour within this line as it starts to get a little bit closer to Eau Claire now, probably in the next hour or so. If we go a little bit further south along the line, we're starting to see a little bit more development along I-90 as well, and then some additional showers following in behind it too. Still expecting this line to lose some steam as it continues to move off to the east, but expect some showers and some heavier bursts of rainfall in the next couple hours or so. Overnight lows when you're waking up in the morning though, staying fairly mild for this time of year. 69 for your low in La Crosse, 66 in Eau Claire. Still the off chance to maybe see some lingering showers throughout the early morning hours. However, the coverage on that is looking fairly light, maybe even seeing some pop-up thunderstorms later in the afternoon as well. But honestly, tomorrow's looking very similar to today in that it's going to be a nice July day out there. So a good one to get outside, and I'll break it all down a little bit.
All right. Thanks, Nicole. Well, Special Olympics athletes hooked more than just fish today at Chad Erickson Memorial Park. The fishing club is back for the first time this summer, and it's reeling in laughs, big catches, and even bigger smiles.
Well, this is our 30-plus years of doing fishing club for Special Olympics. So we've been around probably the longest of any program in Park and Rec's events of anything. So this is always exciting. Everybody enjoys this.
The fishing club will have 4 more events this summer. They'll be back out at the park reeling them in again on July 21st. You can help create a new home for people who need it most in La Crosse. Coulee Cap is launching a public fundraising campaign for Haven on Main. It'll have 70 affordable apartments at the old Pink Palace location for people with disabilities and behavioral health needs. The fundraising goal is $4.2 million.
Haven on Main is a partnership between Haven for Special People, Coulee Cap, and the Girard Corporation to bring 70 units of affordable and accessible housing for adults with disabilities, the local workforce, seniors, and families in the area in a livable, walkable downtown space in La Crosse.
So far, Haven on Main and Coulee Cap have raised over $3.7 million for that housing development, so they're now asking residents of La Crosse to consider making donations to get the rest of the way. You'll need to find a new route to Central High School. Green Bay Street is closed from 22nd Street to Losey Boulevard for construction. The detour is 16th Street to Weston and then back to Losey. No word yet on when it reopens. You can fight hunger while enjoying free music on Thursday nights. Moon Tunes is teaming up with Rotary Lights for a food drive at Riverside Park. For years, Rotary Lights has offered free train rides to kids at Moon Tunes. Now they're expanding their mission to feed hungry families.
If without Rotary Lights, we wouldn't have a Rotary Lights kiddie train. So it kind of brings it full circle for the kids to see as well that their parents, hey, we support people, we need to support our community, and we're all a community, we need to work together.
So from 5:30 to 8, you can bring non-perishable food items or money to donate. The most needed items include beans, peanut butter, and canned fruits. Still to come tonight, the stunning video from Texas where 100 people are now confirmed dead in severe flooding across the state. And a deportation battle heats up as new charges surface. Gilmar Abrego Garcia's legal fight taking a surprising turn.
Hiring the wrong personal injury attorney can cost you a lot. Researching personal injury attorneys costs you nothing. We're confident that your research will lead you to Bygoff and Rohde. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
I do like knowing the person that's sitting across from my desk. I've formed a lot of relationships over the years based on trust. When I see the look on a member's face, when I say, yes, this loan is good, you're good to go, it makes me happy. To me, being the team you can trust is honesty. When you do a loan with me at Firefighters Credit Union, like everything we do, it's not about the car, it's about you.
'Cause everybody's welcome at Firefighters Credit Union.
No matter where I seat my guests, they seem to like the kitchen best. A kitchen's the heart of the home. It should be warm and welcoming. It should be attractive and functional. But it can be a real challenge unless you come here where you can meet with a designer, find all of the products that you need, and trust the project to our carpenters, plumbers, and electricians. For kitchens, bathrooms, and other home improvements, put your trust in the Board Store Home Improvements. Contact us today.
For 50 years, By Goff and Rohde has been representing people, not insurance companies. Judges respect us. Other lawyers recommend us, and we've earned our awards. BGR, object to anything less than the best.
In Texas, the death toll following the deadly 4th of July flash floods has climbed to more than 100. Rescue workers in the state continue to search for those who remain missing as new questions are raised about why campers and residents weren't warned sooner about dangerous conditions. CBS News' Nidia Cavazos has more.
In Kirk County, Texas, efforts to locate those who remain missing in the wake of the deadly weekend floods continue.
This will be a rough week. I've said this 100 times, and I will say it again. We need your prayers.
As of Monday afternoon, Texas officials confirmed over 100 people were killed in the floods. Camp Mystic, an all-girls camp in Kirk County, announced at least 27 of its campers and counselors died. 10 campers and 1 counselor remain unaccounted for. Speaking at a Kerrville press conference Monday, Texas Senator Ted Cruz said he hopes valuable lessons will be learned from the Camp Mystic tragedy.
And so I think we will have a reasonable conversation about are there any ways to have earlier detection? Everyone would agree in hindsight, if we could go back and do it again, we would evacuate particularly those in the most vulnerable areas, the young children in the cabins closest to the water. We would remove them and get them to higher ground.
This time-lapse video shows how quickly a river in Kingsland, Texas, rose in just 3 minutes on Friday. Search and rescue teams say they're finding bodies up in trees, including at least one of the girls from Camp Mystic.
We found 2 young girls up near the Hunt store, and then about 10 o'clock we found another little girl wrapped up in debris in a tree.
More than 800 high water rescues have happened since the flooding began. White House officials re-emphasized Monday that National Weather Service offices were adequately staffed at the time of the floods.
We know the National Weather Service provided early and consistent warnings. They gave out timely flash flood alerts.
President Trump told reporters he will travel to Texas on Friday. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Kerrville, Texas.
Professional sports teams across the Lone Star State are now stepping up, pledging millions to help victims recover and rebuild. The Houston Astros contributing $1 million to relief efforts and also mobilizing fans and resources to support recovery. The NFL Foundation with the Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans have pledged $1.5 million for flood victims. And the NBA, alongside the Mavericks, Spurs, and Rockets, pitching in more than $2 million, while the Texas Rangers are adding another $1 million to the recovery effort. Officials carried out a controlled explosive disposal at the site of last week's deadly fireworks warehouse explosion in California. It was done in order to remove hazardous materials at the site. Officials announced over the weekend they found the remains of the 7 missing workers. DNA testing is being done to identify the remains. Officials say results are expected within the next 48 hours. A federal judge in Maryland has ruled that Kilmar Abrego Garcia's lawsuit challenging his wrongful deportation to El Salvador can continue. The Justice Department sought to have this civil case dismissed now that Abrego Garcia faces federal charges related to human smuggling allegations. Lawyers for Abrego Garcia also want him transferred from Tennessee to Maryland while he awaits trial. They're concerned the Trump administration will seek to deport him again.
It was a very calculated move, but they made a very serious miscalculation.
That's right. That's right.
They miscalculated us. The people united will never be defeated. The people united will never be defeated.
This same judge had ordered the Trump administration to facilitate Abrego Garcia's return from El Salvador. When the administration flew him back last month, it was to detain him on criminal charges. Abrego Garcia has pleaded not guilty. Oscar winner Michael Douglas making a surprise announcement. He may never act again. Douglas says he would only return to the big screen if, quote, something special came up. The 80-year-old has starred in classic movies like Wall Street and Fatal Attraction. Douglas has been working in Hollywood for almost 60 years. Amazon's popular Prime Day starts tomorrow. The popular sale runs from July 8th through Friday the 11th. Some of the best deals include tech items, home goods, and travel gear. And don't forget, you do need a Prime membership to access most deals. We will have more news ahead, but first,
we have a gorgeous July-like week ahead of us as far as temperatures go, and very few rain chances until the end of the week. I'll have all the details coming up right after the break.
Banking should be easy. Ultra's A+ accounts put online and mobile banking at your fingertips. Plus, a contactless debit card for everyday purchases. No stress, just banking made for you. Now that's worth celebrating. Open your account today.
Protect yourself from the harsh sun with Sonesta retractable awnings and solar screens from Asher Lassen Exteriors. With over 150 fabrics to choose from and the largest sizes available, you can create shade to match your home and style. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Connect with the Asher team today and request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com or call us at 888-GO-ASHER.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Call to donate today.
Shop Wisconsin's best deals at Black River Furniture Outlet. Find unbeatable prices on sectionals, big or small, to fit every home. Great savings on Ashley sofas and love seats. Style and comfort at a price you'll love. Check out our wide selection of reclining and power furniture, plus custom options from Best Home Furnishings. Experience top-tier comfort with Catnapper Furniture. The relaxation is key. Black River Furniture Outlet, your upholstery headquarters. Family values, veteran-owned, and no corporate hassle. Open 7 days a week in Black River Falls, Wisconsin.
Prairie du Chien, Wisconsin is so ready for summer. Right on the Mississippi River, a perfect spot for fishing and fun. Surrounded by scenic bluffs and some of the best hiking and camping around, there's so much to explore. You can experience Prairie du Chien's fascinating history and unwind with live music events that feature the vibe you're looking for. Book your place to stay and discover more at prairieduchien.org.
We know that home is where you can be yourself. Whether you're buying, building, or refinancing, our competitive rates and local servicing can help find the loan that fits you. Home is your happy place. Get the loan that fits you with a home loan from Ultra.
Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions, your choice for quality, affordable windows, installed by our experienced team. Contact us or stop into our showroom today for your free estimate.
Well, as we move into the overnight area or the overnight period, we're going to continue to see some showers and thunderstorms last into the very early hours of Tuesday morning. So let's track it out on our sky tracker, continuing to see that line move in. However, it'll likely loosen up a little bit, and then we'll just be left with some remnants as we go into the morning hours. By remnants, I mean very few showers and thunderstorms left over by the time that we wake up in the morning. Very isolated in nature, however, they will be there nonetheless, giving a lucky few some quick showers as you head out the door, maybe wetting the roadways pretty quickly. Otherwise, most of us are looking to stay dry once we get into the morning period. And once all that activity moves out, it's going to be taking the cloud coverage with it. As we get into the afternoon, we'll have mostly sunny skies across most of the area, maybe some lingering clouds closer into central Wisconsin. And with that, we'll see some additional pop-up thunderstorms as we go into the evening hours. Very brief in nature, but it'll be there nonetheless. Very similar to what we're seeing in the morning hours, where many of us will be staying dry, but a couple areas could get a quick shower or two as we go into the evening, and then we'll be left pretty dry as we go into Tuesday night. And after that, most of the week is looking to stay on the drier side until we get to about Friday. That's when we see an uptick in activity again. So tomorrow we're looking at about a 30% chance of some scattered showers, and then very minimal rain chances going until about Thursday night and into Friday and Friday night as well. That's when we start to see the thunderstorm chances increasing as the system moves in out of the west. Could see some stronger thunderstorms within that period as well, so definitely something we want to keep our eyes on. Otherwise, we have the rest of the week until then to enjoy this gorgeous weather out there, because it is going to be pretty gorgeous, at least as far as July standards go. Overnight lows tonight staying in the upper 60s, 69 for your low in La Crosse, 66 in Eau Claire. High temperatures right on the dot for average highs. 85 for the high in La Crosse, 81 in Eau Claire. A couple pop-up thunderstorms again, mainly in the evening hours. hours. Otherwise, it's really looking like we're going to be staying mostly dry throughout much of Tuesday, and it's going to feel pretty nice out there. Fairly low on the humidity levels, so it'll be a comfortable day spent in the low 80s. Not really looking at a whole lot of wind either, so overall it's shaping up to be quite a nice day, very similar to the conditions we had today. Seeing a little bit of a light breeze around 5 to 10 miles an hour, but overall nothing too concerning. The main thing that you're going to want to keep your eye on, though, is once we have the sun shining out and it's in July, that's when we start to see some higher UV index. 8 is our our UV index for tomorrow. That's putting us in the very high category. Without any sunscreen, you could get burnt within just 20 minutes in the afternoon. So definitely going to want to layer up or at least find some shade to enjoy the nice day out, and that's going to extend it for the rest of the week as well. Because look at these nice temperatures, staying right near that average line. 86 degrees is our average now. We're getting into the warmest portion of the year, so it's not atypical to see these highs for the entirety of the week. We see a little bit of a brief cool down going into Friday and Saturday. Saturday is our coolest day, but still staying in the low 80s. Some folks could be bumping down into the upper 70s, and that's all due to those thunderstorms in that system passing through on Friday, cooling us down just a tad, but we'll warm back up pretty quickly therefore after, especially as we start next week off. Monday for now is looking like it'll be our warm day. Some folks further south of I-90 possibly getting closer to that 90-degree mark again, but overall that's really not that high above average. That would only be about 4 degrees above average, which is still kind of crazy to think about now. It is warm out there now, so
we're
here for it.
All right. Thanks very much, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, Star Power, who you'll see representing your team at the Midsummer Classic in Atlanta, plus the Brewers taking on the top team in the National League. Jacob's got the highlights from AmFam Field next.
It's an easy puzzle to solve. The one app your phone can't live without. Bringing you local news, sports, streaming video, and a lot more. The News 8 Now app. Get it today. Oh, and good job on the puzzle.
4th of July savings are going on right now at Home Furniture. Buy more, save more with up to $500 in instant rebates. Get this sofa for just $8.99 or this dining set for $11.99 after rebate. Hurry in for 4th of July savings at Home Furniture.
Create your ultimate outdoor living space and get an 11% rebate at Menards. We have the largest in-stock selection of concrete landscape blocks and HC2 pressure-treated lumber and decking. Ready to take home today. Plus, we make designing and buying your project a breeze with our free, easy-to-use design programs. Hurry in today and get an 11% rebate on all decking and landscaping block now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
What is a floor's favorite type of music?
Anything with a good beat.
Why is a carpet fitter so good at dancing?
Because he's always cleaning the rug.
What is a floor's favorite way to win?
A clean sweep.
What did the rug say to the floor?
I got you covered.
At Sealands Carpetland, where our #1 priority is you. Stop in today.
This place is fantastic.
Look, a perfect sandwich symphony. Nothing could be better. Okay, it just got better.
Mix and match a Quarter Pounder with cheese, a Big Mac, or other favorites. Get any two for $7.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Where there's a flooded basement, musty crawl space, or wood rot, there's an answer. American Waterworks. For more than 30 years, American Waterworks has been solving homeowners' toughest waterproofing problems. Schedule your free inspection and estimate today.
This 4th of July at Home Sleep Express, raise the bar on your sleep and get up to $500 off and a free $300 shopping card on select Tempur-Pedic mattresses. And pay no interest for 5 years. Plus, get free delivery and setup. The Tempur-Pedic 4th of July sale at Home Sleep Express.
Covering all the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
Well, after the holiday weekend, some Area Legion teams back on the diamond tonight, hoping to improve upon their record before regionals. Stoddard posts 315 on the road, facing La Crescent posts 595 on a beautiful night in Minnesota's Apple Capital. First inning, the home side gets on the board. Mitch Reining with a shot back up the middle to make it 1-0. Second inning, post 315, hoping to get something going on offense, but Leighton Johnson out and right has other ideas as he steals a hit, then back to the bats. In the second, for the boys from Minnesota, Max Needfeld rips one to left to score Johnson. Then Maddox Tompton is going to join in on the fun as that ball to left will get down, and that'll score Needfeld easily. Post 595 gets it done in 5 as they take this one 13-3 is your final. Brewers opening a series with the Dodgers. First inning, the Crew putting together a 2-out rally, and welcome to Milwaukee. Andrew Vaughn just called up today to replace Rhys Hoskins, and he goes yard. Then the Brewers are going to chase all-star Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the first thanks to this Andrew Monasterio bloop single. 5 runs score in the first frame, and the newly named all-star Freddie Peralta was dealing tonight. He limits one of the best offenses in baseball to just 5 hits in 6 innings and not a run allowed, 7 punch-outs to boot as well, and a standing ovation on his way out. Then in the 7th, Christian Yelich is going to add on to that lead. That opposite field blast makes it 9-0. Crew go on to take it by 8. Jacob Mizorowski versus Clayton Kershaw tomorrow night. And as mentioned, Freddie Peralta will represent Milwaukee in the All-Star game in Atlanta on July 15th, as it was announced yesterday. One of the most reliable starters to ever put on a Brewers jersey. Peralta now has 10 wins in 19 starts with a .274 earned run average. He is the Crew's lone All-Star representative, and it's the second Midsummer Classic nod of his career. It's a second ever All-Star selection for Byron Buxton, as well as the Baxley, Georgia native will be representing the Twins in his home state next week. And he's making the most of his time down south as he announced on social media today that he would be partaking in the Home Run Derby also in 1 week. So far this season, he's got a .270 average with 20 home runs and 53 RBIs. Former Logger pitcher Chris Sale has been named an MLB All-Star for the 9th time in his career. He won't pitch due to a rib injury sustained last month. This year with the Braves, Sale has a .252 ERA and 114 strikeouts. Lacrosse taking on Waterloo tonight. Scoreless in the second inning until Cannon Sundgren comes through with a gapper to right center to score a pair, and the visitors will take the lead. Then tied until the 6th when Savion Flowers is going to sit on the first pitch curveball and set it into shallow right. And the play cannot be made. Eli Small comes in to score. But again, the Bucks would fight back, and they take the lead for good in their half of the 6th thanks to this single by Cole Smith. Loggers fall 8-4. These two teams will battle in a doubleheader tomorrow at the Lumberyard. And the Loggers will have 4 players representing their team this year in Madison in just 9 days at the All-Star game. Braden Jeffress, R.J. Hamilton, Caden Richardson, and Bangor native Ashton Mitchell will all play for the Great Plains Division on July 16th. And as a reminder, Loggers already locking up a spot in the playoffs thanks to their first half record. Ken, a great game for the Brewers tonight. Always a fantastic one to get against the Dodgers.
Absolutely, because you know those series against the Dodgers mean a lot because it's a bit of a playoff preview.
Exactly.
How do you stack up against one of the richest teams and one of the best rosters in baseball? And they looked fantastic.
They looked great,
tonight.
And if we see them in the playoffs now, we think maybe, hey, we got a shot. We got them earlier this year.
We can hang.
Yes, we can absolutely hang.
And what a debut for Andrew Vaughn.
Was a great debut.
First at bat, 3-run home run.
You can't script any better than that. It was a moment.
Against an all-star, no less.
No kidding.
All right, Jacob, thanks very much. We got more news right after this.
A home you love. A business that endures. It takes your vision, your hard work, and your dedication to bring them to life. The right tools help. Case IH truly understands your vision and what you need to achieve it. That's why we build the equipment, the local dealer and service network, and the data and tech you want today and tomorrow. Because we don't just build our equipment to work. We build it to work for you.
Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships, now including La Crosse and Richland Center.
At Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics, our goal is to help you and your pet in times of need. We specialize in the gold standard for cruciate ligament repair, the TPLO.
I was amazed to see Bear up and running again so soon. They really took good care of him.
Piper had TPLO surgery and is already running again weeks later.
Fetch made possible, one knee at a time. Contact Dr. Mark Hine at Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics for an orthopedic consultation today.
I work from home, so bundling Spectrum, internet, and TV has been super important for our family.
My favorite thing is just the connection that we have to have. I do online workouts, I also do remote programming, and so I need to stay connected to make sure that I'm providing a quality service.
To be able to save money and also have reliable service, it's a win. Our bills have been affordable, can't complain.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
News 8 Now and Dairyland Power Cooperative present the Community Calendar. For more information on these events, or if you'd like to submit an event, visit news8000.com.
I'm Mike Rowe, and this is the most honest commercial you're going to see all week.
Today, we're waterproofing a basement.
How long do you think this problem has been a problem?
Well, actually, the homeowner told us that she's lived here for 42 years, and when they first moved in, they had water issues.
Yeah.
That is like your telltale sign of like, hey, I'm having an issue, and that's when people should call.
Get a free and honest inspection with Innovative Basement Authority, a Groundworks company.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A young cancer survivor in Minnesota is soaring thanks to a nonprofit. Wishes and More grants wishes to terminally ill or critically ill children. Stephen was diagnosed with a fast-growing cancerous tumor when he was just 2 years old. He is a big fan of the Blue Angels, so his wish to see them in action at the Duluth Air Show was a bit of a no-brainer for this nonprofit. And his mom says it was the perfect way to celebrate now being cancer-free.
For him to be living as if 2 years ago we weren't going through, or he wasn't going through what he was, it kind of blows your mind, and it just makes you so grateful of life every day.
And it was touch and go. Stephen's mom says he spent around 260 days in the hospital in the first year following his diagnosis. Great to see him well now. And we'll have one final check of your forecast right after this.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Air conditioning stopped working? Tired of finding ways to stay cool? Don't sweat it. Give G&T Heating and Air Conditioning a call. They'll have you feeling cool as a cucumber without having to resort to, well, alternative methods.
Call G&T.
For the best heating and air conditioning guaranteed.
This is Tony, and this is Tony's Good Feet story.
I did know that back pain, foot pain come along with the job. Before my arch supports, I felt defeated, but since getting the arch supports from the Good Feet store, I'm more positive.
Clinically proven, significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
It's like opening up a whole new life, like sunshine coming out. I would recommend it to anyone.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
You're thinking about new windows and doors. I've been thinking about new windows and doors for over 40 years. You're thinking about the best window at the best price. I'm thinking about the best window at the best price for you. The best quality, installed by professional installers at a fair price. If you're planning new windows and doors, you owe it to yourself to contact the Bort Store Home Improvements for a prompt free estimate. You'll be glad you did. Contact us today.
We're really excited about our new hearing aids that came out. They're called Vitality. They have artificial intelligence, and people have really been hearing better in background noise with them. They're also a lot more clear.
And you can also control it with your phone. So if you want to get more technical, you can make your own adjustments on your phone.
It's just set and forget. They will adapt on their own, or you do have the ability to customize it more for your personal preferences and environments as well.
So stop by the Better Hearing Center and find out more about the new Vitality.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 22% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Still tracking some thunderstorms moving through the area now. Just getting to Eau Claire just now, but likely more showers in that rather than thunderstorm activity. Some stronger thunderstorms just south of the river valley, more likely some wind with that as well. And if you squint on the actual Mississippi River near La Crosse, you can see some radar echoes there. This is just my guess, but I'm thinking that's the beloved mayflies. I've noticed a lot out there, and you can see it on radar usually when they start hatching. It's the time of year, so get ready.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. We'll see you tomorrow.